Peggy McKee, in her book, How to Answer Tough Interview Questions, is a must for someone who wants to prepare themselves mentally for every type of question that may come up during a job interview. And trust me, there is a lot that are designed to be tough so they can see how you can handle under stressful situations or how you even handled stressful or difficult situations in the past. One of the techniques that she talks about is one I absolutely love, and you may have heard it before. It's called the STAR technique. It stands for situation or task, action, and result. I'll say that again. Situation or task, action, and result. If you can include that technique in your answers, it will cover all the bases, because you don't want the interviewer to then ask, well, and then what? Or what came of that? This is a great way for you to demonstrate everything in one story, and it's very concise. Because I've even made the mistake in one of my job interviews where I did everything but the result. So I talked about the situation, and I talked about the action I did, and zero result. And it was embarrassing to admit, but the interviewer even asked, so then what? You do not want that to happen. You want a full, complete answer. And one of the reasons why is because it does make it concise, it does make it look like you know how to handle a situation, and it does look like you can get results. So one of the tough interview questions that she has is, tell me a time that someone criticized your work. That can be a hard one, right? Because it requires us to be humble and to self-reflect. But the most important thing to do here, and this is emphasized in a lot of my research and people I've interviewed, is do not fall for the temptation to criticize past employers, past employees, customers. You do not want to be negative in any of your answers, especially this one. Because if someone asks you about a previous employer and all you did was talk bad about them or a previous experience, not only are you going to come off negative, but they're going to think that you're going to be negative about them as well. And they're not going to want an individual like that on their team, let alone someone who's leading an organization, to be a negative person. So avoid the temptation to speak negatively about anybody. And that's a lot of what the tips in this book are, is how to take a question that perhaps could be negative or tempted to be negative, and you just turn it into a positive. That's a lot of great techniques. Another question that came up in this book is, do you like working by yourself or working with a team? So that seems like it's one or the other. What you can do, and this is a great technique it shares in the book, you can either demonstrate, for example, say I have team experience. Say, I have had a lot of opportunity to work within a team, in an organization, but I do like the idea of working by myself as well, and that challenge that can present. So it's necessarily not saying you prefer one or the other, but it's referring that you have experience in one and you're excited for the other. And you can tailor-made that to whatever the job role is. So if it is an individual job, you can make it the other way around or vice versa. So that's a great technique to turn any negative into a positive. Another technique that she demonstrates very well is the 30, 60, 90-day plan. Have that ready to go. It could be something very simple, but make sure that you have a plan in place. So a question that comes up basically of what would you do if you were hired? What would be the first thing you can do? And you can take a step back and be confident that you're prepared for this. You can say, well, I've conducted research on the company, I thought about my position there, and this is my 30-day plan, my 60-day plan, and 90-day plan. It will absolutely wow them. It will say, boy, this individual not only did research, but he's prepared to take on the role. He already knows what he will do. It will really set you apart from everyone else that maybe even doesn't have an idea, or just say something basic. So come up with a 30, 60, and 90-day plan. Along with that, and being positive and not letting negativity into any of your answers, and being prepared by reading the book and be able to answer any question that may come up so that you're not thrown off by anything.